Welcome to Think Big Studios Marketing Podcast for the week of September 15th. See, I always screw that up. Welcome everybody to another week of Think Big Studios Weekly Podcast, where we discuss marketing tips, business ideas, technology, and a bunch of fun things. Today we're going to talk about the iPhone, the new iPhone 5S that's coming out, and the iPhone 5C. How to build an email campaign, building a brand and kind of what that means, and rules of business, small business marketing. So today we're going to lead off with, we're going to lead off with Sandeep.
Thank you, Jason. Okay, so previously on Think Big Studios podcast, we discussed about marketing attribution and all that.
I think I was like previously on Think Big Studios Marketing Podcast, and then we could have like a troll dramatic roll or something like that.
Yeah, it was just showing like us like sitting there looking at papers and thinking for like 15 minutes. I don't know.
That'd be awesome.
Just a bunch of stares off into space.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So I would like to go over rules of small business marketing. I mean, a couple of points that a small business owner should know before planning for his marketing strategy for the year. Okay. So we start out with a simple fact that you need to know your customers. Okay, so it's not about what they need. I mean, it's not about their demographics, but actually finding out what their problem is, connecting with them to understand what challenges they face.
Yeah.
See, one thing that I was thinking about a product itself, right? By launching a product, the customer should see the vision you have for your company, you have for the product. I mean, we are fulfilling a need today, but the product in a way should be able to fulfill a need of the future as well. You guys, what do you think about that?
You know what, we have just getting back to the trying to define your customer and what their needs and fears and everything are. We actually have a really good thing. We can post it on our site too.
Okay.
We haven't used it all that often. I mean, I've used it on ourselves, but it's how to create an avatar for your customer.
Okay.
To sit down and actually give your customer a name, give them what job do they have? Like, so you create a completely fictional character. Say if you're doing it for a hair salon, you do. You have your hair salon, then you create Susan. She has 2 kids. She works at this job, or she's a teacher.
She's this age.
You try and create your age. What are her? She has a husband. What are her frustrations? What are her fears? Like, a frustration might be that she has to drop the kids off at school every day, and so you use that to build a you try and think of who your demographic, like your default customer, who your average customer is, and or the customer who makes you the most money, right? Who you want to market to, and you pack all those details into a little package, and you create this person that you can create your marketing after, directed right at them.
Cool.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
We can put some notes on that. Like there's a ton of stuff out there about building a customer avatar, and it's really interesting once you get into it. It's time consuming, but I think it's really important for a business to be able to do that for themselves. And possibly maybe it's time for us to do another one for ourselves as well.
Yeah.
To sit down and
that's a
brainstorm
good topic too. We can expand upon maybe even like next week or something. Right?
Yeah, sure.
That'd
we can post some information about that, and it takes some time. So I don't know if you want to go through the steps of actually building a customer avatar.
Yeah, but you'll have to be generic, or should you be specific? I mean,
no, you want to be specific.
Very specific.
Okay. Very specific. And if you want to create multiple customer avatars, one for men, one for women, like if you have
a very different age, like one older, one middle aged, one teen, right?
Especially if your product does have a larger demographic like that. If you service multiple different people, so for example, Vrada Hair Design, again, they might have 5 different customer avatars, one for teens, one for women, one for men, and then they can gear advertising specifically to them based on those customer avatars. So
you can do that, but not only just with an actual business where you walk in, you can do that for a website even, right?
Yeah.
That's what you built for. It's like what they're coming to my website, and they're this certain avatar, and you give them all these attributes. What are they going to need from your website that you need to offer to them fast and efficiently?
The biggest thing, right, is addressing people's fears and frustrations. I remember it was either a video or an article that I've read multiple times, and the topic keeps coming up. People will spend 80, I think it's something like 80% more on fixing a fear, frustration, or problem or pain that they have than they will for doing something that makes them happy.
Okay.
So instead of doing something for an entertainment or enjoyment, out of $100, people will spend $80 to rid themselves of a pain, and $20 on something entertainment and entertaining and enjoying.
Yeah, because I know if I went to a store at $100 and let's say I
chronic back pain.
Well, that or just something even more vain, like I ripped my favorite T-shirt. Now I don't have that favorite T-shirt anymore. Now it's not something I need, or it's like enjoyment. Yeah. It's like something I need to say for my work shirt. Let's say I ripped off buttons. I know I have to go buy a $50 shirt or a $70 shirt, and then I might go buy a CD for myself that's $20. You know, I'm not gonna say, hey, I'm gonna spend all that money on CDs or anything like that.
I was just thinking, for example, for like a hot tub, for hot tub sales, right? Mm-hmm. People will spend money. I mean, there's the enjoyment aspect of a hot tub, and hot tubs are fun too. Mm-hmm. But people will buy hot tubs and jacuzzi tubs, or let's say jacuzzi tubs, because that might be a little bit better. Like just a normal jacuzzi tub in your bathroom. Mm-hmm. People get that because of how it'll make them feel, right? They'll rid themselves of stress. They'll be able to relax. It'll soothe muscles. It'll get rid of pain. It'll help them sleep.
That's true.
So it's fixing problems like not being able to sleep, back pain, muscle pain, being on your feet all day, all that kind of stuff. So people spend money for those premium items more often than they will for
something that's just for pleasure or anything.
Yeah, for something they'll spend. I think it was 80%. They'll spend 80% more on fixing a pain than they will on buying something for pleasure.
So when you know your customers, you have to find out what their pain is.
Their pain isn't always like a physical pain.
True.
It could be their pain is they're not getting enough customers.
True.
Their pain could be. I mean, there could be a lot of things.
Yeah,
but it could be more emotional or psychological,
Definitely.
or instead of like a physical pain that they're experiencing.
But what else were you talking about when we started about?
This is rules of marketing, and next, after knowing your customers, you should focus on benefits. I mean, once you have addressed their need, how do you solve the need? I mean, it's not about what the product will do, but how would a customer benefit from the product? Okay, so it's all about finding the need, then solving the solution. Okay, what are your thoughts on that?
I know it's probably because I read so many marketing books that I have. As soon as you bring up a topic like that, my head just goes, I've got so many ideas now.
And like I try to read some of those books that you had, and they talk a lot about this kind of stuff.
They do. Sure. And so the benefits, right? Yeah. The benefits, one of the biggest problems what people do with a lot of their marketing is people want to talk about themselves,
True.
right? So people, how do you say it? So people would go about saying, we've been in business for 15 years, we do this,
True.
we build this custom widget, we can do this and we can do that and everything, rather than sitting down and saying, is this what your problem is? Like, let's focus on the benefits of what our product is versus how we build it.
Exactly.
Right. I remember like even way back in college, we started a little website company called Abstract Media.
Okay.
And it was like just me and my roommates. We were all in marketing web design classes. So I remember my roommate wanted to focus on we build websites with perfect code or something. Okay. You know, it was like perfect code. We use legitimate software. We use it's stuff that mattered to him, but it wasn't stuff that mattered to
what kind of client is going to be like, exactly. I want to go with this website because they have great code.
Right. They're not going to care. Oh,
they don't even see it. They don't even see it.
You have legitimate software. Awesome. Yeah. You know, it doesn't really matter to the client. They're like, I don't care whether you have pirated software or if you paid for your software. I just want to know that what you're going to create me is going to be amazing.
Yeah, they don't care if you did the code yourself. Let's say you paid a third party to do a piece of code for you. You know, they don't even know. They don't care. They just want it to work.
Yeah, so focusing on the benefits, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Focusing on the benefits to your customer rather than the process and the behind the scenes stuff that you care about that your customers don't care about. So finding out what your customers care about.
Exactly. I mean, one thing that I saw, I find with even taglines. Okay, people start businesses pitch that they are this. Okay, and so that what are they actually in the business for? What need are they solving? So that will give a better impression. I mean, when you launch your product as well, the unique selling proposition should be in a way that you're addressing a problem and you're presenting a solution.
I think it was like Marshall McLuhan or something that said, "What's your actual business? What business that are you actually in?" Right. So you're not necessarily in the business of building websites. You're in the business of helping customers grow their business.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
Awesome. I know, it's something to say. I just seen an ad or whatever, and it just reminded me when you said like it's for introducing a new product, but introducing it in a way to solve a problem. It was like it was for shoes, but they did something different to a sole, and they put like some kind of like I don't know, spring or bend in it that's supposed to help with your feet or something like that. And anyways,
always every year.
Well, I know it's always. I'm just saying, like
it's like ridiculous shoe gimmicks, right?
Yeah, I know.
We put a squirrel in your shoes. And now you can.
We used to put fish, but now that didn't work. That was
the fish
squirrel.
Does not work.
Yeah, I can understand the frustration that small businesses have. I mean, it's the same product, right? It's the same need. I mean, a shoe is a shoe. Okay, you need to wear a shoe. Okay, what new can you come up after you've addressed the need?
There's like
our shoes slowly shock you.
Did you see the shoe for like it's like Reebok or something now has shoes with like little rubber fins on the bottom?
Okay,
I'm looking at that. I'm like, what's the point of that?
I know. I thought that's what I was talking about too. It's like the spring or something like.
Well, there's ones with real metal springs.
No, I know.
Too.
But this one had like a back spring.
I watched
or something.
I watched like because Amelia is now 2 and she watches a lot of like cartoons. There's on there it's like Skechers new shoes with real metal springs in the heel, so it's bouncier.
And it makes me, when I see that too, or even with the springs, all I think about is moon shoes. That's all I think about.
Shoes.
And we bought one. Sorry to change that, but we see at a garage sale. My brother-in-law he bought it, and we tried it, and we're a little bit heavy for him now. But back in the day, man, you were sky high with that shit. Now you get awesome. You get at least maybe half a foot. So moon shoes. Awesome. That's what they should target.
Remember what's a little thing with the 2 balls in the middle and the platform on it?
And you have to try to bounce.
You put your feet and you can bounce around.
Yeah, that was not dangerous at all. Get the wrong bounce into the wall.
Yeah, I forget what that was. We used to have those all the time too.
But yeah, sorry. But
one other thing about toys, I noticed like the Skip It. Skip It is still around.
Is that the one you put it around
your foot and it go you like
it's like a ball in the air.
That's like a product that's been around for 30 years.
What does it do?
It just has like a ring on one side and then like a plastic cord, and then it has like a weighted end on the side, and you put your foot in it and then you just swing your foot around.
But you keep the other foot you have to keep lifting your foot, try to step over it. That's it.
Yeah, so it's like.
But now
I was just thinking like
lights and music or something.
Yeah, we bought one for our niece last year, and it has like a dial on it. Tells you how many times you've skipped, and it has everything. I don't know. It's kind of. But I was just thinking like Skip It. Like I never would have expected that to be around for like 3 decades.
What about lawn darts?
Lawn darts are gone.
No, well, the old school lawn darts with like basically the metal spike on the end to kill you is gone. But don't they have now one that's just like a big weight on it? Those are the only
long darts, and don't ever speak of the new ones.
Yeah, the new ones do not exist.
The new ones are not lawn darts. They're weighted lawn chunks.
Clubs. They're like
lawn clubs.
Basically, I mean, how is that even better? I mean, this one it won't pierce your eye, but it'll bludgeon you to death.
Yeah, it's just lawn darts were amazing. Those are fun. I remember playing with those all the time.
Yeah, my dad was trying to find them to bring it to our camping trip. I'm like, good luck. You're not going to find the old ones very much anymore.
So, what else we got?
Yeah, the next thing is track everything. I mean, every, not just money, but even the time that you spend. Okay, because every dollar that goes untracked, it's a dollar wasted. So, small businesses, I mean, it need not be overly complicated, but at least you should know what you're doing. And
it doesn't need to be done down to
I would even take that a step further and track, like, not just track the money, but track performance.
Okay.
Track the performance of your advertising to see exactly how well that's doing, right? So you want to track if there's a way that you can track any one of your ads to see what kind of return you're getting on it, the better. So I mean, it's hard. It's with coupons. I mean, you used to do coupons, right? So you get a coupon, people bring them in, you knew how many people came in, but you want to be able to track. You can track your web stuff. You can track how many people click on it,
how many people looked at it.
A promotional code even would be a new coupon way of tracking something, right?
I think
They
so.
put
Or
something
I mean,
into the
people are
system
even
with a
doing
promotional
like
code. You can tell this is how many people have used it. So
people have even done like I mean the QR codes. QR codes haven't really caught on.
Yeah, exactly.
well, it's because they were so far behind, anyways, right? They started in China, Japan, whatever, and it took them like how many years to even get here. And when they got here, people just don't even use it properly.
The problem, it's not that. I think the problem with them is that there hasn't been a technology in North America that's used it properly. There hasn't been an app or like a function where people just use it. Like you have to use it and people are excited about using it, and there hasn't been a program, game, product or anything like that where people automatically know, okay, I see a QR code, I open that app on my phone and it'll read it, right? I think that's one of the biggest problems with it is first you see a QR code, people don't know what to do with it. Secondly, you have to download an app, then you have to open it up in that app, and then
that's the biggest thing, right? I mean, I see a QR code. I have 3 QR code scanners on my phone, but I don't want to take the time, especially when it's something I don't really that much care about, right? But if it was built into the phone where I basically didn't have to really press out anything to open anything, well, let's say it was just built into the camera. Right, software was already built into the camera.
It's almost easier just to Google it.
Well, exactly. That's what
It's faster.
So I mean, if you're gonna have a QR code on your thing, it's like I can sit here, pull up my phone, bring up the QR code reader, go like this, take a picture of it, and it'll take me to the website, or I can just go, okay, so factory optical.
Yes, but that's the thing. That's what I mean by people don't use it correctly, right? It's not QR codes.
How would you use it? How would you use it correctly?
Well, what I'm saying is, okay, let's say you're not going to put a QR code for Apple.com. People would, and let's just say for other products, like just say Desk.com.
Okay.
That's what it's meant for. It's meant for like complex, hard to get to QR codes, right? It makes it because I mean, yes, because like you said, it's way faster. Why don't I just open my browser and put in Apple.com rather than open my app, scan it, then it takes me to the thing and do it like that.
But you can do a lot more things with QR codes too, and it's just not a URL link, right? You can put contact information so that people can scan the QR code and the contact information automatically goes in your phone.
Yeah, but that's what I mean by using it properly,
do text.
Right?
You can do
those are proper ways to use the QR code. It's not people. I would say 80 or 90% just do it for just their basic URL address.
Yeah, let's send them to the website, but it's
not really what it should be used for.
What
put your address there instead.
It didn't offer anything different. I mean, it was just an alternative to an already set process. Like people Google everything, right? So it was just an alternative.
I think there are some QR codes out there. I'm not really entirely sure what they are right now, but there are some that are fun that can be. I think you can take a QR code, introduce that into a promotional piece, and make that so that if someone does click that or someone does scan that, it gives them something back, right?
Okay.
They scan that, they get a download.
I got an example. Actually, I worked on a campaign before where it was for restaurants. Like I'd say 10 restaurants across a province got together and they said, hey, we're going to do like some kind of promotional thing where people can go along this certain route, and at each restaurant we will have a QR code that they can scan, and it gets saved into the program, and once they get them all, they get a certain promotion or a certain package or a certain
kind of like a poker run.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like a poker run. Exactly. A poker run is like for let's say skidoos or quads or something like that. And you go
motorcycles, whichever. You just
anything like that. You just go to a certain place and you get
a check stop, and you get a poker
card. That's why it's called a poker run.
See, these are the ways to promote the use of QR codes, but even by that, it doesn't answer the question of the benefit. That could be something.
But I think that's a good way to use a QR code, right? So I mean, if you had a long running campaign where if you go to these you visit these 10 restaurants and you scan the QR code at each one, we can take that, we can store their information in a database, and we know that after they've gone to those 10 locations, we can give them something, right? Maybe they get 10% off, maybe they get a free meal, maybe they they win a prize or something like that. So it's kind of like a goose hunt or something. Like, what is it called? Is it called a goose hunt?
I don't know. Fox hunt?
No. I mean, Wild goose chase. I don't know. Whatever. Scavenger hunt type
There you
thing.
go.
Scavenger hunt, goose hunt. I was like,
Treasure hunt.
Yeah, scavenger, treasure hunt kind of thing. And you go around and you scan all the codes, and then once you complete that, you can be entered for a prize or win a prize or something like that. I don't know. That's just.
I think one challenge that marketers face is that, for traditional media, there's no way to measure stuff. Okay, I mean QR code.
It's harder.
Right? It's harder, right?
Yeah.
Maybe QR code will solve that solution, wherein you can understand how many people took the picture or.
And I think
QR
I think that's kind of it. It's.
We kind of
You can use QR codes to try and track, measure how many people are using it, but again, that's the adoption of that thing. So there's other ways. Another thing that we've done with clients in the past, right, is you just create a simple page on their website.
Okay.
That has we have so it'd be like thinkbigstudios.ca/advertisement 5 or something like that, or you'd call it something else, you'd like that, and then you can track how many people go directly from that ad to your website.
Okay.
And then you can put a QR code and stuff on there too. But if you have your URL plus the domain name or like the specific promotional page, you can use that to better track the effectiveness of your advertising.
But you can also do it just like even when, say, back in the day, right? I mean, when it wasn't a coupon, how did they track it, right? It was I think that they would create a campaign or an ad or something like that, and if their sales increased or their awareness increased, then you attribute it to that ad, right?
You can, and then an important thing is too for your salespeople is how do you hear about us?
Yeah.
And who else was I talking? There's a couple companies that we talked to, and we told them, you need to have your salespeople ask, where did you hear about us? How did you hear about us? Like, how do you get that contact information? And some people feel it's like intruding. They don't want to do it because it's a weird thing, but I think it really helps for being able to see where people are coming from and being able to track the effectiveness of your advertising or
it goes back to what
whether
you
it's
said,
word of
right?
mouth or search engine or whatever.
What you said about trying to get to know your client, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how did you hear about us? And it's just gathering more information about your client, your avatar, that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, that ties back to marketing attribution as well. I mean, what channel influence the customer and gave him information.
Right,
about
and you posted a blog on our website
Yes,
about
I did.
marketing attribution this week as well.
So yeah, one last thing I wanted to talk about this topic was Google Glass. Okay, for traditional form of marketing, right? Okay, Google Glass. We can. I mean, the future. If you look at the future of measuring the effectiveness of marketing. Okay, Google is planning for paper gaze.
Paper gaze?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
paper look?
Yeah, it's similar to paper click or paper.
What do you mean?
Impression.
So someone looks at something?
Yeah, using
you
your
get
Google
charged?
Glass. Yeah, no, you won't be charged. I mean, the company will be
That's
charged.
what I mean. The
business,
business. That's
Okay,
kinda
so
weird.
it's a one way to
They would track your
traditional-
eye, and if you look at it
for a certain number of time, for a certain period of time, something like that.
it'd be more. Would it be like a video? I wonder if it'd be like a video ad or something.
That's a neat idea, but I could see how it. Like, I just don't understand how it could work properly. Because I mean, someone could just stare at an ad forever. If they,
I think it'll be cool if.
That's the same thing. I mean, you can click on with pay per click as well.
Yeah,
I think it'll be really cool once the glass technology becomes more mainstream, and then you can just get a pair of glasses, like a regular pair of glasses that will have the HUD in it. And then you can see you can see all that stuff, and then you can, I mean, probably turn it on or turn it off. It'd be nice if it didn't look like something out of Star Trek and it was like a headband with a thing. If it was more like
Gordy's visor there.
I think similar features could be included with the smartwatch as well, because I feel like wearing the Google Glass, it might be an inconvenience to everyone.
I don't know. There's gonna be people who definitely do it.
To the user.
But I'm wondering if they're gonna be like the people with their ear things. People are like, oh, look at that douchebag. So now we're gonna get a lot of people who are just gonna be like, look at that douchebag with his Google Glass on. Yeah,
Oh, God.
But I think the Google Glass idea is really cool once you get into like augmented reality and stuff like that.
True.
So people can actually wear it, and the environment becomes augmented, and you see more things going on, or
you just get
be inundated with advertising. But
that, or basically somebody hacks into it, augments your reality to look like that car is going to hit you, or just something, out of hand.
Yeah.
I feel like it could be a horror movie.
You're only covering one eye with it, though, so it's not going to block your entire vision.
That'd be
That's
so
even
awkward.
weirder, right? Okay, one eye will be focused on something else, and the other eye you.
Yeah, we'll have like Google Glass. It'll be like cops saying you can't drive with your Google glasses on. I was wearing my Google glasses.
Okay, awesome. So we'll go back to the rules of small business marketing. Okay, so once you've got, these are the foundations. I mean,
right. So our foundation are things again.
Yeah.
Which are the customer avatar.
Focusing on the benefits and then tracking everything. Okay. So now we'll look into how to plan a marketing strategy. Okay, it need not be overly complicated. Just list out a couple of marketing activities and just schedule them for the year. So this way, you can stay on top of your marketing. And today we'll also cover a strategy, an email marketing strategy as well. Silo will cover that, and it'll address how you need to connect with your audience using email.
That's important.
Yeah, well, I think it's really important, exactly. And the main thing is, off the start, it's like ways to build your list, your email list, and to engage that list once you add it. I don't know, like a way to build a list is have a form or something on your site to gather emails, right? That's your list. Your list is your emails that you're going to send this email campaign to after. But you have to do it in a smart way. You can't just put, it's just going to put like a field that says, give me your email. So, I mean, you have to create, I think, an incentive for them. Like, why do they want to give you their email? Because
you have to create a return for them, right?
Well, exactly.
And that's what we were talking about the other day with creating some sort of a white paper, downloadable document, or booklet on providing customers with education, entertainment, or whatever, so that they'll give you their email address.
Yeah, and an incentive can be like the way to define the incentive for the user is find the problem or a solution for the person that's going to, like you said, that's going to come to your site, right? A good way to do it is just use Google Analytics. You can see what keywords are they searching to come to your site, that kind of stuff, because it's like what are they searching for? I mean, if they come to your store and they're searching for clothing, they obviously want clothing. So how can you? What's the problem that or a solution you can help, right? So a good one.
Maybe they're looking for a specific brand.
Yeah, exactly. But what you can do is when they first come to the site, I know you can have some kind of form that would pop up, or just be right on the side that says, I want your email, but welcome to my site. If you want 20% off your first purchase, sign up for this email campaign, or sign up for email, right? Really, I mean, they give you their email, but they're already at your site for close. Hey, I get 20% off. Why not?
And now you can use their email address to forward them other promotions and get them into the store.
Exactly. I think that's like just try to find the solution or problem and give them a proper incentive to signing up for your for your email list, right?
Okay. I'd like to know how good newsletters are going on now. I mean, I don't
physical newsletters.
Yeah, email newsletters. Okay.
I think email newsletters are
still working.
Yeah, and I think it depends on what it is. I think you still want to create something where you're not shoving your product down their throat.
True.
Where you want to create an email newsletter that's more very conversational, something that's easy to read.
Yeah.
And you're not pushing your product on it. I think you create something that's a casual email that you want to give away stuff. So you want to give away a lot of information. You want to give away like 50% of your best stuff that you can give away, and then provide that to them, build that relationship with people. Once you're using that newsletter to build that relationship with people, then you can start selling them.
Yeah. And like to go along with like you're talking about, like doing a newsletter and email campaigns, right? Yeah. Just ways to also, when you're going to get that list and you're sending those people this stuff, is you want to make sure your subject line, it's engaging, it grabs their attention really fast, right? Who's it from? Pretend it's like some kind of movie title that, like, right? If you're going to go to the movies, you have to have some kind of attention-grabbing title to know, and gives information about what the content of the email is going to be about.
Similar to a trailer, like you need to just give them, capture their interest, and also ensure that they get
And I think again, I think it's important to make everything educational, have it educational or entertaining. Have like 70% of it's going to be educational, entertaining, and then your last 30% of it is going to be your promotional push.
Cool. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't have to be a the whole thing doesn't have to be like just a sales thing. Hey,
that's not going to work. It's just like social media, right? If you're constantly pushing your product on people, like, come buy this, we have this product for sale, we have this product for sale, we have this product for sale. That's not going to work as effectively as building a relationship, actually asking people, customers, asking them their opinion, getting them to engage with you, and then being like, oh, by the way, buy all our stuff, please.
I know it's pretty basic too, but also make sure that your email isn't just a generic to, hey, customer, use their name if they provide it. If they don't provide it, maybe email them asking for it.
The emails, yeah.
And there's some really good sites. Like, I don't know if you're going to talk about that, but like stuff for sending out emails easily, like MailChimp and a bunch of other stuff. There's a bunch of other sites that we can post too about creating an email campaign for your customers. I think MailChimp is a really good one, and we use that. Okay. We use that here. And what you can do there, I think you can send up to 12,000 free emails per month, up to 2,000 users. So you can send 2,000 emails 6 times a month for free, and then that manages your entire email campaign. And it's fantastic because it has analytics.
Okay.
It tells you how many people opened it, how many people closed it, how many people unsubscribed,
how many people clicked on the links inside.
Yeah, how many people clicked the link inside that email and went to your call to action, and how many people.
So do they have templates as well?
Yeah, you can just use generic templates through them, or you can custom design your own templates to go in there.
But when you're going to custom design your own, the very important thing to do is use either just simple text or very simple HTML. Because you want it to be able to be viewable on as many as many devices as you can, right? Cell phones, tablets, computers, just anything, right?
And you get some people that they want to do overly complicated email campaigns, and it's like a full design on there. But if you just have a header and a text, you don't even need to have a header. Some of the best email campaigns that I get through here is it's just a simple letter. Okay. It's just text, right? It's not very long, and actually people don't like to read a full width page.
Make it short and sweet,
right? So people don't like to read something that's, for example, if you have a full width browser, people don't want to be going like this and reading their email. So some of the good ones I have, they condense those paragraphs into less than 500 pixels wide, so it's like reading an article, and you can just go scan down, read it really quickly, and continue on with your day.
See, you should be a bit unconventional as well, not stick to traditional formats. Sometimes I see spams coming into my mailbox saying that no subject, without a subject line. That I think that it's someone that I know, and I open the email to read it. Okay, so have a proper strategy when you plan your email marketing campaign.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if no subject line is a good idea.
Yeah, true.
It works for spam, but
a big thing too with just these email campaigns is they all have to have an unsubscribe button by law. And they almost always do. But how many times have you clicked unsubscribe and the next day you get a new one from them? It's like it didn't even work.
Yeah, sometimes that happens.
So I know, but if somebody took the time to do that, you don't want to create them to have even worse of a experience by continually sending them.
That's usually subscribing to something that's on a pretty shady network, or like you're not you signed up for some product or something somewhere, and
well,
they're jerks about it.
No, it's also because, like you said, when you're creating subscriber trust, right, with your making it personal, making it about them, talking to them on a personal level, is don't sell your email lists. Because you can have a really good relationship with you can be a subscriber. I can have a relationship with you for 2 years, and all of a sudden you're getting weird emails from something else. Because I've sold the email list to someplace else, and now they're emailing you. Now it makes distrust, and it's just don't do it.
See, one more thing that I wanted to say about email marketing itself was I forgot about it. Damn.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Think about it. We'll get back to it. Oh, and then like you said, including the call to actions near the end. Do this.
Yes. Okay. So more than unsubscribe, right? I mark it as spam. I don't know, though it's just one click of the button. Okay. I'm so used to marking emails that I don't want as spam that I don't click on unsubscribe.
Oh, you just
That's something that's happened.
You just mark it as spam.
Yeah, I mark it as spam.
Yeah. That's true. That's a good idea. I guess. But
I usually try unsubscribe first, and then I don't know. I have so much junk in my email folder, so.
Oh, that's kind of like just the basics to creating the campaign and just how to get your list. I mean, when you make this form and a call on your site to get the email, make sure you're putting it in proper places. Like strategically placing your form to get the email.
It doesn't have to be complicated either. It can just be like a simple.
Yeah, like I said, it can just
subscribe
be
now
an
and
input
download
field
this.
that says
What you want to do, though, I think it's really important to have that return for the customer, right? So they give you your email address, you give them something back.
You
so
keep
it's
giving
not
them with every email too. I mean, you should maintain that value.
There's just absolutely. Every time you give them something, give them more than you're getting back in the start, and then at the end they'll give you more than
definitely.
Like I said,
you have to give them.
That store that'll give you 20% off your first purchase, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're giving them a really great deal for just getting their email, right? And then after you're emailing them, you're talking to them, but at the end you could say like, you have a new sale on or something like that, and you're just emailing just your email list, and they get this deal. If they use a promotional code, then you can also track how effective that ad is with your analytics for, let's say, using MailChimp or through your site with the promotional code, right?
See, that's what I was thinking while planning your email strategy, right? It's not about just the first benefit that the customer receives. The customer should always see the value on being subscribed to your company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's important. Okay, new topic.
Okay, yeah.
iPhone 5 Go.
iPhone 5S versus iPhone 5C. Special versus cheap.
Or just iPhone.
Oh, is it? No.
Yeah, well, that's what they're saying, right?
That's what they're saying. Well, I don't think it's actually special. It's iPhone 5S, same. iPhone 5C, cheap.
Yeah.
But it's a S for what? Special? Or what is it?
Siri, I guess.
What is it?
Siri. The app.
No, that was on.
No,
that
I
was
don't
on
think so. You can get Siri on everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But
C
they had the
stands for
3S, 4S, 5S.
Okay, I was thinking.
S is their next iteration.
But C is for color, I think. That's what Apple wants it to be, I think.
Okay, because I have 4 now and I don't have Siri on it.
No, it's 4S. The Siri
4S,
came out.
okay.
Yeah,
But I think that's just the upgraded operating system.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, it's operating system, but it also it's some kind of thing that includes Siri too. Because I have the newest iOS, and you just don't get it on 4.
But you can get it on the 4S, and you can get it on the 5, and you can get
4S
5S.
plus get Siri.
Yeah, anything gets Siri.
Yeah, but so basically, what do you guys think? What's the comparisons? Do you think it's worth it for either one of them, or are they both just?
I still don't understand what the whole meal.
It's the same of every iPhone upgrade.
True.
It's okay. So 5S is a better processor. They actually they have a 64-bit
Okay.
/ 32-bit operating system now, which I guess they're saying is setting them up for the future. Case is pretty much the same. Screen is the same. Everything the same, except 5S has a fingerprint scanner, which I think personally is just a useless gimmick.
It's a gimmick, but basically the 5S has an A7 chip. It's got an M7 motion capture kind of.
That means absolutely nothing to everyone.
Yeah,
No, I know.
It's just upgraded. It's faster than the 5.
The biggest thing I think that they improved upon is just basically there's camera software and the camera itself. That's about it.
I think I do like what they're saying that they did. I haven't seen the 5S camera, but I like what they're saying they did with it, and it's a lot what Canon's doing as well. Canon is in a lot of their video cameras, instead of keep continually upping the megapixel. So I think there's a camera out by Motorola or something like that has a 41 megapixel camera, but nobody needs to take a 41 megapixel picture. The average picture people are printing out or going to use is a 4x6, and a 4x6 is going to fill your whole entire computer screen. People are going to print out some 8x10s, and occasionally when you have a funny picture for someone's 40th birthday, you're going to put up a poster of them, whatever, but no one's printing out billboards. And you're not going to have quality of photo to do. You don't want to do that anyways. So 41 megapixel, 21 megapixel, even a 15 megapixel camera on any of these devices is pointless. It just takes up more space. But Apple is doing what Canon is doing, is lowering the megapixel, saying, okay, you're fine with an 8 megapixel camera, like you're not
all
going to
you
need
need.
anything more than that. 8 megapixel is going to take a nice billboard picture if you really want to put one up there anyways. But they're improving the quality. So they're instead of trying to jam pack as many pixel sensors onto the chip as possible, they're going to limit that and just do higher quality.
Okay.
And the higher quality is done with the software like True Tone Flash, right?
Yeah, they have a different. They're saying they have a different flash.
Yeah,
and stuff on it.
that improves.
I think
the quality
that's
of the
instead of
image as
having
well.
like the traditional
LED
like
flash.
LED.
That's what the
which
5C
which
has.
is white blue kind of
5C
thing. They're probably
has
just
that
they just
LED
probably have a
flash.
warmer. They've colored it so it's a little bit warmer.
Yeah, what's called True Tone Flash. It does a slow motion video.
Okay.
It does burst mode for pictures. It'll take like if someone's diving or snowboarding or hitting a tennis racket. It'll take like I can't remember the exact number of pictures per second, but you can take continuous like shutter.
Okay.
I don't see the benefits of these features. I mean, you're saying that
Those are all just additional
Added
fun
features,
things.
right.
Yeah, and it's not even to the phone. It's
Like
mostly
on
just, to
on
the
my
camera.
Samsung S4 there, I thought it was really fun that I could do a panorama.
Okay.
You can do panorama
you can do
mode.
that
I think
now,
you probably have
too.
burst mode and you have all that
There's
kind of stuff on
Panorama
there
now,
too.
and this is
there
Yeah.
is? Okay.
So it's kind of cool. You can just go like this and take a panorama of the entire
Is
screen.
there a time for that for the whole panoramic?
I think it does have. It shows you a progress
Okay,
bar at the bottom.
okay,
On the
okay.
Samsung, it does anyways.
I have I have the iPhone 4, and you can actually I downloaded an app that you can take panoramas.
Okay.
That with it doesn't do it with a continual shot. What does you take a shot, it'll take a picture, and then you move it to where like the edge of the last picture was, and it'll stitch it all together, and you
Yeah.
can create panoramas that way.
Okay.
I've done that, but yeah, other than basically not having a plastic back like the 5C has
The 5C, yeah, they
Reduced
I think
quality
they
of
took the 5C and I
broadband.
think they're trying to compete more with. Like the 5S is still going to be like their
High-end
Flagship.
flagship model,
Okay.
Yeah.
which what they're saying, right? So it's going to have the metal case. It's going to have
Yeah, one.
everything.
gold case.
It's going to be gold case now, and then
No, I actually like the colors of the 5S models. It's a bit different and it's very polished. They've got gold, silver, and grayish.
Yeah.
Okay, so-
Yeah.
that's kind of nice that they're coming out with different colors. But then you got. I mean, the 5C is going to come up with multiple different colors.
Yeah.
So, and then the case is just made out of plastic.
Yeah.
Here's a question I have though.
Oh, he's excited. He's excited.
No, here's a question I just thought
know
of,
what you're like, oh my
a second ago.
Okay.
Are people even going to care once they put a protective case on their phone?
Oh, of course. It's prestige, right? When you use the 5C,
Oh, look at this. I took this whole thing off here. Look at this.
Look, I took off my OtterBox case now you can actually see what my
Yeah.
phone is. Do you have an iPhone
Yeah,
3
no,
or is it an
I mean-
iPhone 5S? I don't know. Let me take my case off.
You can see a sliver of
See,
gold. in there.
those cases are those just for 5C or is it for 5S as well?
I don't know.
I think it's
No,
just
like the 5C is plastic. It's
Yeah,
a plastic built case.
Okay.
But I'm saying people are going to take those and then put another case over top of it, right?
top of it,
to protect their case. So I mean, they're like, I got a gold iPhone. It's all black because it's in a black plastic case. Mm-hmm. You know, or you can get your pink case or whatever. And
And even the holes on the case, I really don't get that.
I don't know.
that, I don't know. That's just a design thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like lots of dirt will start collecting in the edges and stuff. And
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably it'd be hard to keep clean out and you'd be like digging out
yeah,
the little,
exactly right.
little
Whatever, man.
And
I like
it's
my
not just
case.
one hole, They've got much.
It's like
I like my case. I got it from I think it was Rocket.
your Nintendo case.
Yeah, my Game Boy case.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that one. But it's Rocket Fish or Rocket. I can't remember. Rocket Cases, I think it's called. But yeah. But yeah. So for the 5C, you can get a 16 gigabyte for $99 compared to.
With a 2-year contract.
I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
Yes, it'd be with the contract. Then it's
Yeah.
for AT&T,
Guaranteed
Verizon,
2-year contract.
T-Mobile.
What's the actual price is $549 or something for
Yeah,
the
it's true.
5C.
Oh,
16
To buy it out.
yeah,
Right,
to buy it out completely. But I'm saying with like the 2-year contract, it's
Okay.
$99 for 16 gigabyte compared to the 5S, which is $199 for the 16 gigabyte. So it's $100.
And that's in the
more.
U.S. and it's probably going to be $249 or something like that.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
You think it
I don't know. When I got the
comes out next week? We'll see.
when I got when the iPhone 4 first came out back in the day,
Yeah.
I was first in line or whatever.
Really?
And
Okay.
Yeah. I waited at like 4 in the morning. I was a big fanboy, and yeah, it was only like it was brand new too, and I guess like $199.
Okay.
On a 3-year contract.
Yeah, 3-year contract with Rogers. So, but either way, I'm just saying it wasn't like it was more
Yeah.
than what they advertised for them. So maybe.
Oh, I think I was looking on SaskTel, and SaskTel right now on a 2-year contract the iPhone 5 is $249.
Oh yeah. Well, wouldn't they
Instead of a
reduce?
3-year
I know, but I
contract.
thought they
3-year
were.
contract is cheaper.
I thought in Canada they were reducing the max time that you could get it, or the
The
contract.
max is 2 years or something.
That's what I think. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can no longer get 3 years, right? The max now is a 2-year contract, which is good, but really they should be keep going down and down and down to be a max of 1 year.
Yeah, and I think the government has put in some regulations for the cancellation fees as well.
Oh, God.
I mean,
the fees, man, the hidden fees. It's retarded. It's ridiculous.
Denise, do you have anything else?
I don't know. That's my only.
Well,
I don't know.
That's the feature. This is the spec.
Whatever, it's like every-
But what's the question, right? The question is, what do you guys think? Is it worth it for the 5S or the 5C, or is it worth it to get the iPhone in either way, or should we be?
If you already own an iPhone 5, 4S, whatever, I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's
That's
fine.
up to you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's. I mean, we could be talking about this about every other phone that comes out as well.
True.
The Galaxy. I really like the looks of the Galaxy Note 3 that's coming out.
Yeah, you were
it's
talking
one of
about
the. It's like the 5-inch. 5.5-inch screen. It's got a notebook thing, and it's you can write on it, but it has like a super. It's like a super AMOLED screen or whatever, so it's really high resolution. Has a faster processor. It has more memory. You can put a memory card in it. You can do all that kind of stuff. There's some real benefits to the. I think that's really cool. I know some people who have the Note 2, and they said they really like him. And I don't know, the iPhone. I wish the iPhone came out with bigger screens.
Bigger screens, right?
I really. That's my biggest gripe
Mm-hmm.
about an iPhone is that I'm stuck with a tiny. If you get an iPhone 5, you're anything, any
Mm-hmm.
iPhone, you're stuck with a small screen. And if you do any kind of reading, if you're good online, if you're going to read any articles or anything, it's more difficult.
Yeah, but for me, I have the iPhone 4, and to get to 5S, it's not enough of an upgrade. I know it's like how many, 1, 2, 3 generations ahead. It's still not worth it for me. It's like they haven't improved. I can still get the newest operating system when it comes out.
It's not going to like.
That's the biggest thing. If I couldn't get the operating system, and when I can't get the newest operating system with my current phone, that's when I'm going to upgrade. Because mostly that's all they ever do is upgrade the operating system.
It depends on what it depends on what you use your phone for and how. I mean, you can do everything on your iPhone
Well, like
4
you
that you
said,
can with.
with the
I mean,
iPhone 5, it's
we still have an iPhone 3 backup. So
Yeah.
if one of our phones dies, we can go to that. And I mean, it still has your calendar, it still has your email, it still has everything you're going to use. It doesn't have some of the newer, fancier operating system type stuff, but
But it still just comes back to user experience, and user need, right? Like you said, if you do a lot of reading and you don't have a tablet, let's say, or you don't have a laptop or something you can easily get to a computer and you do a lot of reading, yeah, sure, get the Note. I mean, you want the higher screen, right?
I think it's funny that everyone's talking about the iPhone 5 coming out. The iPhone 5 is coming out. The
They
iPhone
always
5 is
do
coming
that,
out.
right?
They do.
Look at
They always build hype, and people are.
It's kind of they're all
keep
fanboys
buying,
and stuff,
yeah.
which isn't bad. I mean,
And
I
every
was a
year
fanboy,
we
I'm still
do
excited
that. We
about it.
go.
I still get this.
Yeah, it's another phone that's coming out. So
True. I mean, if I think I'm hoping for the 6. I don't know how the 6 will be.
No, but I'm
Okay,
always
but they
hoping
should be-
for even when the 5S comes out. Yes, maybe something's going to
something,
come.
but-
That's
Because
what I'm-
something
new,
different.
something
Yeah.
new. They're going to improve.
Yeah.
They're going to do something really drastic and big, not just
True.
do. Hey, now it can hold more battery.
yeah,
Buy it.
and Shondell really likes. Well, she likes Apple. The only reason that she really likes Apple, and because right now she has a Samsung, and she still kind of complains about it. But the only thing that she complains about is because she's had an iPhone for so long that she's built up an iTunes library.
Okay.
And you can't really get your iTunes library. You can import your iTunes library onto other phones, but you can't. You
Not in
can't
the same way,
just
not with
you can't
these.
just directly sync it.
Yeah, that's what I
right.
mean.
You
It's
can't
not direct-
turn your phone on, put in your iTunes information, and have access to all your entire library.
Okay.
So-
but can Android support an iPhone app, iTunes app? Sorry. Does it support it?
There isn't an iTunes
No,
app.
I don't think they would
there's just
ever do
there's
that.
just apps that you can sync with iTunes
Okay,
where you can
okay.
you hook it up to your computer and you can download your iTunes library onto your phone. But the thing is with that too, I mean, you can buy a 16 gig Samsung, throw in a 64 gig
True.
memory card for
card.
$30,
Yeah.
and you have way more than enough space rather than spending an extra $500 on a 64 gig versus a 16 gig iPhone as well.
What is that? Yeah, for 16 gigabytes, $199. For 64 gig, $399. So you have to pay
Yeah, and
$200.
that's again on a 2 or 3 year
Yeah,
contract.
exactly. Which, if it wasn't on contract, like what, $1,000 almost?
Yeah, I think it's about $1,000 for the 64 gig.
Yeah, it's crazy.
One. Okay, so
Tell us
What
what
do
you
you
guys think. Tell us. That's what I was gonna say. Like, tell us what you guys think. I mean, what do you think it's worth it? Do you think it's improved? What would you guys get, the S or the C, or would you just search for something else?
I don't know. Yeah, like what kind of phone do you like?
What do you think?
What are you working on? Okay, you had another thing you were talking about, Ads of the World.
Ads of the World, yes.
And that's a website that shows print and all different video ads and everything.
Okay, it's got archives and they also host a yearly award show wherein they give awards to the best kind of advertisement as well.
Is Ads of the World all one word?
Yes.
All the word
adsoftheworld.com.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
I'll check it out. I haven't been to it.
Yeah, it's a good site wherein you can find
see what other people are doing for advertising and stuff like that.
Is it just? Sorry, did you say it's just web or?
No, it's every kind of print. It's every kind of advertising.
Web, everything.
Video.
From different, and it's not only in English. It's just it's all ads of the world.
All countries.
There you go.
There was a book I was reading before. It was from I can't remember which advertising book it was. It might have been Hey Whipple Squeeze This. It was from the guy who created he created the Charmin commercials in like the 80s, and the Charmin commercials where there'd be like a store manager and people would always run into the store and they wanted to squeeze the toilet paper because it was so soft, and people were like, it's a dumb commercial, but Charmin ran that commercial for what was it, 10 years.
Okay.
That same
Exact commercial.
not the exact same commercial, but
Same
the
concept.
exact same concept for
Of
the
the
commercial
movie.
with the same like store manager guy, because people are always running into his store to squeeze the
Okay.
Charmin or something. And
That's funny.
it was just an example of how advertising, like things that you don't think will work would work, and they'd work so well. Like it boosted Charmin to like the top of the ranks or top of the list for toilet paper sales. He was talking about, if you're looking at advertising, there's books that you can buy as well, because this is a while ago that I think he wrote the thing, but you can buy the ad awards for books or books for ads that have won awards.
Okay.
And that you can go through the entire thing and see what other people are doing and what advertising is doing the best and what kind of ad. You can get them for every year, I guess, too. I've looked at chapters, but I haven't really found them, but I think you can just order them all online, and they're like one of those big coffee table books that show all you the ads and all that kind of stuff. Cool. We were talking earlier too about there was just a little quick video that I saw online. It was called it was about your brand and really how people perceive your brand, and how people, once you have built a brand, you charge for that brand, right? So for example, Sony used to be, you pay for the brand name, right? Okay. You're paying for Prada, you're paying for like Versace, you're paying for there was a so in the video what they did was I think it's called Black T-shirt, is by an advertising agency. I forget what their name is. So we can post it later. But they just put a rack in a studio type thing and it had all black T-shirts. Okay. And then they had fashion people and designers and stuff come in, and then they had to put a label on which shirt was which. So they went from Hanes, they went to Prada, they went to shirts that cost $5 up to a plain black T-shirt by, was it Prada, that costs $280 for just a simple black T-shirt. And so everyone examined it, the stitching and everything like that, and they're like, oh, this stitching sucks, and oh, look at this looks like it's really cheap and garbage. And they're talking about the Prada T-shirt, right? Oh, this T-shirt doesn't look like it's quality made or anything like that. And then the Hanes T-shirt, they're like, oh yeah, look at the stitching, look at this, look at how everything looks on here, this looks like it's going to last a long time, it looks like a quality shirt. And they have Lululemon, they have I think 5 or 10 brands in there, and it just shows like, and then it showed like the price for what people are actually paying for the shirt versus what the build quality and the make of the shirt. So I mean, for a plain black T-shirt, just no pocket, just plain T-shirt, I was amazed. $280.
That's great.
From Prada. I think it was Prada. Or
did the people guess the correct T-shirt?
No, Prada? Not at all.
No, but so they seen Prada and like, this is crap, and they.
Yeah, they're like, this looks like athletic wear. Like then they labeled it Lululemon when it was Prada, and then they're like, this looks like it's a quality shirt and it's Hanes, and they label it something that's like $180. You know, so and then someone commented afterwards, and it was about you're paying for the brand with those things. People, they've built up their brands to a point where they can charge that for their shirt, and people go like, oh, it's a Tommy Hilfiger, or not Tommy Hilfiger, but it's Tommy Hilfiger probably still charges. Sean John is a perfect example where they charge a lot of money for that clothing, and it's because it's his brand, right? You're paying for the brand more than you're paying for the clothing.
The thing is, I think people associate a brand with quality. Okay, that's a misconception.
Well, that's price with quality, right?
Yeah, price with quality.
And brand with quality. So if you're going to be paying more, you're assuming that you're getting a better product.
But I would say,
but they're all made in the same factories in China, side by side.
Apple too, the same scenario, right?
I was telling Shondell about that too yesterday. She's like, what was I saying? I said something about. Maybe it was about my phone or something like that, and then she said it because it was made by slave children in China. I'm like, it's built right next to the Apple stuff.
Yeah,
all Apple's products are built in like worker communities, like slave work communities kind of thing, where they have to put giant nets on the building so that people don't jump off and kill themselves. So it's not, you're still paying, like they're built side by side. And the Samsung stuff was built in Korea. not China.
Samsung also, I think the motherboard and display as well, Samsung provides that to Apple.
Yeah.
The motherboard is...
No, I don't think... I'm not really sure.
Okay. But
Samsung might... I think they may have in the past provided a lot of the material. I think that's how Samsung got into that...
industry?
The whole industry of the phones was because they were building a lot of the products for Apple. And then maybe after their contract ran up, they just started building all the stuff for themselves.
True. I mean, Samsung...
I guess Samsung's built phones for a really long time anyways.
See, that's the thing.
I'm trying to remember.
That's a good thing about Samsung, right? And it's still leading in display technology, and that's what every other company is following right now.
Well, I think half our computers and monitors in here are Samsung.
The white one.
Samsung's really do build really nice displays. That's the thing about it, and they can take their own technology. Samsung builds all their components. I think like themselves, so they don't outsource it. They build it. Samsung is built by Samsung, so all their products are built by Samsung. So there was a commercial that I was looking at. It was for Apple, and their whole new campaign right now is designed in California. Right. So nothing's built in California, but they designed it in California, and it really annoys me. There was two videos that I've seen. One is Apple, and it's talking about how everyone's connected and everything like that, but all it shows is all these great moments from people, and all they're doing is on their phone. So someone gets engaged, first thing they're doing is picture, and then they do something else, and then they're all just on their phone, and they're and that annoys me too. Like when I get home at night, or Shondell gets home, and we're both just sitting there searching stuff on our phone instead of talking with each other.
Hanging out.
We're like, what you doing? Oh, checking up on Facebook. Oh yeah, well that's boring. So we're not even just talking. And then there was a short film that someone created, and it was called, I think, I left my phone at home or something. I forgot my phone at home, and it's about this girl walking through her entire day, and everywhere she goes, everyone's on their phone, like she's having lunch, and she's sitting with 10 people, and everyone's just like on their phones, and she's just going like, yeah, don't have a phone or whatever, and it's not that she's disappointed about it. I think it's that she's like, everyone's connecting that way, but no one's just connecting with each other.
Connecting one-on-one. IRL there.
So, I don't know. I thought that was interesting. I don't remember what else we were talking about, but okay, that brings me to just completely different. It's kind of a parody of stuff, and I think it's a fun way to end the day. What did I write down? Yeah, I wrote it down. It was called things real people don't say about advertising. I think all the points that they bring up are important, but yeah, it's things that people don't say about advertising. And I just wanted to kind of read a couple of them because I thought they were awesome. So, for example, there's a picture of this old guy. We'll put these pictures online too. so you can take a look at this one, and this guy says, "I wonder if my favorite brand of kitchen roll has a Twitter stream I can follow." You know, but that's really it. And how many people are going to create a Twitter stream or something for their brand, but are people actually going to follow it, right? So that brings up a point of pick your social media, right? Is it actually going to be?
Is it worth it?
Is it actually going to make sense? So are people going to go search out a Twitter stream for paper towels?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Oh yeah, I'm totally going to follow Bounty on my Twitter stream because
See, it won't be necessary for Bounty, but at least who manufactures Bounty? Johnson and Johnson?
yeah, maybe.
I think so. Maybe they should get onto Twitter. Like for them, it might be really essential. What do you think? I mean, just,
I don't know.
I don't know either if it would be. I mean,
or PNG.
what are they?
Yeah, there's a few. I'm not really sure what it is. There's like one company that has like a huge number of
Procter and
brands.
Gamble.
There's Procter and Gamble, and then there's it starts with a U.
Unilever.
Yeah, maybe Unilever. It's that U
yeah,
with the thing there. They own like 500,000 products or something like that.
Yes, off topic.
And then, okay, so here's another one that we were talking about. We were talking about earlier the difference between a mobile app site or do you go build an app, right?
Okay.
And then so this one is a picture of a lady holding her phone and she's all smiling and it says, "This branded app is so engaging and useful. I'll be sure to open it more than once." You know, so I mean, building an app for yourself. Why spend the money to build an app for yourself that's going to be on one device when, like, if you sell pet supplies, or if you don't even sell pet supplies, you're going to create an app that's like a brochure. People they'll look at it once and be like, okay, what kind of return on investment people are going to get from building an app versus maybe creating a mobile site.
Mobile site, exactly.
And I like this one. I wonder if my user experience is living up to their intentions. You know, so people build their websites for again, like you were saying the other day, mobile app versus whatever. If you have a better user experience on which one, and then how do you judge a user's experience, and how do you know if it's going to be a good user experience or whatever?
One.
Cool banner ad.
Cool, a banner ad.
Cool.
It's just like totally right. Really excited about it.
Yeah. We'll put these all up as we're talking here so you can see.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, there's a ton. We'll put them up and we'll put the link to the website. I think it's actually on the Chive.
Yeah.
So, hooray! I fell into the correct segment. So, talking about demographics and stuff, but they're. And last week we were talking about YouTube, right? So they changed, Yahoo, how they changed their logo.
Oh, yeah.
And then here's one they say, now they've changed their logo. Their brand value makes so much more sense now. You know?
That's good. Yeah, I like that
one. This new branding position changes everything.
But
okay. Anyways, that wraps it up for this week. Think Big Studios weekly podcast.
Number something.
Should we all
Number
try that?
3.
Say that together. No, that's not.
This weekly podcast.
It would be like Saturday Night Live skit where one of us is talking and the other two people are trying to copy at the same time. Say the same thing together all day with microphones. Okay, bye-bye.
See you guys. Yeah.